What's going on, y'all? You know where I'm at? You know what I'm about to do. It's player partner Cal. Haven't done one of these videos in months, but figure I might as well just tell you what's going on with my life, all two of y'all that'll watch this video. So today is Saturday. It's about to be Sunday. It's March 16th. So on March 23rd, in about 7 days, I will be proposing to my girlfriend, and she has no idea at all. Crazy how life changes, right? A couple of years ago, I was making videos, tears in my eyes, crying about my divorce. Fast forward a few years later, now I'm here about to do it all over again with the woman I'm with. So my partner asked me a question about how do you know whether she's the one or not? And I thought long and hard about it, and I want to answer that question. So ladies, women, females, whatever you identify yourself as, I know Disney and a lot of media have told you that there's this spark that happens, and when a guy first meets you, he just knows that you're the one he's going to be with for the rest of his life, and he's going to whisk you off your feet, and it's going to be this fairy tale ending. I'm here to tell you that men don't think like that. We are very logical, and we make decisions based off of what fits us and what works best for us in our lives at that moment. So with that being said, let me tell you how I knew that my woman was the one where I said, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. So when we met, we kind of got with the program very quick. Yeah, we dated for a little bit, but it was apparent with our first 2 to 3 dates that, hey, we gonna do this together. So we decided early on that we were compatible and that we could do life together. Now, we had something that we could, I guess, have a common bond with, and that's with both of us being in the military. So with both us being in the military, we both had that. We know how life is. We know the way of life is. She's active duty. I'm National Guard. But we know how that is. We can relate to each other as soldiers, as fellow soldiers. So that was one thing. Second thing, we just got along together. Like, yes, love is a good thing, and love is a great thing to have, and it's great to be in love, but do you get along with the person that you love? Do y'all actually relate to each other? Do y'all have conversations where you can live life together? Like, does it make sense? And so for me, it just made sense when I sat back and I looked at the conversations we have. What did we do together? How do we live together? How do we handle raising a family? Like, she has her differences, I have mine or whatnot, but it wasn't too extreme to where stuff couldn't be worked out. That was another thing. A third thing, how do you handle disagreements and how do you handle arguments? Now, we both have different styles when it comes to dealing with conflict, but it wasn't to the point to where I felt like this is so bad that we have to break up and that we're not going to be together anymore. Because me, part of my trauma was whenever you would have an argument, or whenever I would have an argument with my ex, I always felt like, okay, it's about to be the end of the relationship, because it would always go to the super extreme. That didn't happen with her. Yeah, we have our fights, we have our differences and whatnot, but at the end of the day, we still came back together and said, okay, I don't want to lose you. You don't want to lose me. Yeah, we pissed off right now, but we're going to find a way to make it work. So those were some key things in my decision, and those were some key things that said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do this, and I'm going to go ahead and lock this down, because logically it makes the most sense for me to do that. Yes, I love her. Yes, I care about her. Yes, all those feelings are true, but logically it made sense. So, bros for you, and this is speaking from a dude that's been married before. I know we watch a lot of red pill content that tells us, hey, don't get married, don't do that, this, that, and the third. At the end of the day, you want to have somebody that you want to be with, and at the end of the day, you want them to be for you. Whether that's with a marriage, or whether that's boyfriend and girlfriend, or whatever it is. The majority of us want that companionship. We want that partnership, and we want somebody that wants us. I know me personally, I don't want to be a player for life. When I was in that game, I was very good at it. Okay? I was very good at it. I know what I can do. I know what I'm capable of, but that's not something I want to do for the rest of my life. And part of that reason being is because I have a daughter. Now, if you're single, no kids, that may be something that you own, right? But with me, I have to think about my child at the end goal. And that leads to my next subject. She jumped in right away and just was an asset to my daughter, just like I'm an asset to her kids. And I know men get a lot of negative press about dating single moms and this and the third. Now, if you're a man with no kids and you decide to do that, I kind of see where people are coming from, but with me, I have a child. So with my dating pool, it makes more sense to me to date somebody or be with somebody that has a child as well, because you understand their struggle and you understand the nuances and the complexities of having a child. That's just simple. And it goes back to that word relate. We can relate with each other with the army. We can relate with each other with being divorced. We both been divorced. And we can relate to each other with being single parents. It made sense. Now, for you, you might not be on the blended family thing, and I can't fault you for that. For a long time, I wasn't on that. But when I let some of those things go that I was holding on to, and I said, do I want to have what looks good on paper, or do I want to be happy and be content in real life? And when I just said, okay, let me throw away some of the stuff that's on paper that sounds good, but what makes sense for me in my real life, this is what makes sense. So with that being said, those are some of the reasons why. It's a very logical decision. There's no, the spark is there and the romance is there. That's cool. But once that spark and that romance fades away, can you guys still live life together? Can you guys still operate and run a household together? That's what matters. Like women and men, you're always looking for that firework to be there constantly all the time. That's just not realistic. Can you reignite those fireworks? Yeah, of course. We spice it up. We have date nights. We do things where we just do stuff with ourselves or whatnot. And that's cool. But at the end of the day, can you live life with this person? And that's that might be the title of this video. Can you live life with that person? Can you guys do life together? So if you guys can do life together and you put it on paper and it makes sense, the birds, I will go ahead and, I wouldn't say urge you to do that, but I'll ask you to consider that, because it just makes sense for me. So, like I said, next Saturday, I'm going to be popping the question. I'm doing this race in Dallas, Georgia. It's about an hour away from Atlanta. I'm going to do this race. I got my GoPro that she bought me because she knows that I'm into like extreme fitness challenges. I'm going to be wearing that camera the whole time. And then at the end of the race, I'm going to be popping the question. And that's how it's going to happen. And that's what it's going to be. And like I said, we talked about marriage a lot. Everybody already thinks that we're married because we live together. But this is what I want to do. This is what I'm on. And that is what it's going to be. So that, I hope that answers your question about, okay, is she the one, or what signs to let you know that she's the one. But those are my signs. So hopefully everything works out. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't. But I'm going to be hoping for the best. But anyway, cheating on my diet right now. I done pulled up to the Waffle House parking lot. About to get me a hash brown bowl. Go to sleep. Get up in the morning and head back to the house. But anyway, I'll holler at y'all on the next one, man.